A few years ago, if you walked into a restaurant and saw someone eating alone there, your first instinct might have been to feel sorry for them. Maybe they got stood up, or maybe they don't have anyone to call. Somewhere along the way, society has always taught us that the best experiences are the ones which are always shared with other people. Going to the movies alone, that's sad. Taking yourself out for a dinner, that's lonely. But something has changed now. Scroll through your Instagram or TikTok, you might see people enjoying themselves, sitting in a cute cafe, going on solo trips, visiting museums, visiting a bookstore, and people out there are literally romanticizing every bit of their life. What used to be seen like a last resort is actually now a new norm. To understand why solo dating has exploded in popularity, we first need to understand what exactly is solo dating. Because despite the name, it has very little to do with dating or being single. So, what does solo dating actually mean? So, solo dating does not mean that you need to replace your friends or prove that you don't need relationships. In fact, most people who enjoy going on solo dates have actually good relationships with their partners or literally have a healthy lifestyle. The real idea is simple: stop waiting for someone else to enjoy your own life. Instead of waiting for someone to match their schedule with yours, you give yourself permission to enjoy on your own. It literally is a very small mindset shift, but it actually changes the perspective and how you live. So there has been an invisible rule that has always controlled our life. Think about the time when you have delayed your own plans because no one was available. A cafe you wanted to try, a museum you wanted to visit, or wanted to go on a movie date. All of that just literally got postponed, or to say just went into thin air because no one joined you. We rarely question this habit because we always feel that happiness is meant to be shared. Movies, ads, and social media always show us that every celebration has to be a group activity. Over time, we start to believe that memories are valuable only when someone is able to witness it. But solo dating challenges that invisible rule. It reminds us that our life does not need to stay on hold when someone else is not available. The funny thing is that we don't apply this logic everywhere. Nobody finds it strange to read a book alone. Nobody questions when you're listening to music all by yourself. But these things do not feel strange when you are doing this at home. And when you go out in public, it's altogether a different game. These exact activities feel different in a public space. Reading alone in a room, it just feels peaceful. But reading in a cafe, it kind of feels intimidating. Or for that matter, eating alone at home, it's totally normal. But while you do the same activity outside in a restaurant, suddenly you feel that everyone is watching you. So here, the activity does not change, but the audience does. And that's what makes solo dating so interesting. So it's not challenging loneliness, it's challenging the visibility. Is solo dating self care or is it just another aesthetic? Almost every internet trend follows the same pattern. It starts off as something very personal, but then influencers, brands, and algorithms make it into an entire aesthetic. And solo dating is no different. You might have probably seen many of the videos on the internet that there's a cozy cafe, there's this iced latte on the table, there's some soft music, and of course, a caption about choosing yourself. On the outside, it looks very inspiring, but it raises a very important question. Are people genuinely enjoying their own company, or is it just another performative act? Social media has a way of turning self care into content. Journaling, reading, working out, waking up early, all of it is less about habit and more about how it looks online. Solo dating has also fallen into that pattern, but that doesn't mean that the trend is absolutely fake. After all, people have always been influenced by what they see online. Many people started running because it was trendy, and yet some people really discovered that they actually loved it. The same happened with reading through book talk. Solo dating just works the exact same way. There's no pressure to entertain anyone or to keep a conversation going. It's just them. The real confidence is not built up on just capturing yourself going on a solo date, but it's built on the days when no one is watching you and yet you still choose to spend time with yourself. Solo dating actually helps you have a quieter mind and, of course, a healthier relationship with yourself. So, what happens when you actually start going alone? So, at first, you might hesitate. I would like to talk about the spotlight effect. And let me explain to you what exactly it means. There's this tendency that we feel that the people around are noticing us more than they actually do. But in reality, everyone is too busy thinking about themselves. And once you realize that, the room doesn't get quieter, your mind does. At first, you might reach for your phone. It becomes your social shield. It's actually a way of saying that I'm not alone. But eventually, when you put it away, you start noticing the things around you, the conversations around you, or the peaceful atmosphere. Instead of constantly interacting, you are there in the moment. Then comes the biggest shift. You stop outsourcing your decisions. There's no debate as to where to go, what movies to watch, how long to stay. Every choice is yours. And that makes you question what you have ignored for so long. The question that what exactly do I want? Maybe you discover something new about yourself. Maybe you love doing a particular activity. They seem to be like small discoveries about yourself, but they are pieces of your own identity. That's why going solo builds your own confidence. These solo experiences actually make you realize that you enjoy your own company. Eventually, solo dates feel less of an event and more about just a part of your life. And that's exactly the real goal of solo dating. It's not about becoming someone who actually goes to places all alone. It's more about becoming someone who doesn't need someone else's permission. Like literally, you own your own life. You make your own decisions. You are the master of your own world. A solo date does not need to be expensive, glamorous, or Instagram worthy. Whether it's just about a 10 rupees ki chai at your nearest chai tapri, a small walk, trying out some street food, or going somewhere exploring a new monument, or going shopping, the activity itself doesn't make it a solo date, but the intention does. Solo dating feels like a step towards self love. It's choosing to experience life instead of postponing it. You stop seeing your own company as a backup, but you make yourself your priority. Self love isn't built through grand gestures or motivational quotes, it's built through small decisions. So start telling yourself that I deserve good experiences. And perhaps that's the greatest gift of solo dating. It teaches you that the relationship that you're going to spend your entire life in is the relationship that you would own with yourself. So it deserves the same care, attention, instinct, love that you give around to others. So let me know in the comments below, when was the last time you went on a solo date and when exactly do you want to go on the next one? Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.